CRiiiME News. It's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
It's a thing, though.
It's a thing we do.
And there's both of us here.
It's that thing we do.
Holy jeez. You know what we should do, even though it's not an official crime, but we haven't been together for a while?
What should we do?
Play the music.
Play the music. Which music? Wait. Do pull up a chair, crack open a beer. It's time for the CRiiiME News with Shefsky
and Slaton.
CRiiiME! It's a show that starts now. Oh, okay.
No, that music already got played, I believe.
That already got played?
Wherever, I don't know where it's going in the edit because I'm not editing this one.
I know. Okay.
But I know, do you even have the theme song on your computer?
CRiiiME is the show that starts now.
Oh, like right now?
Oh, yeah, do your line.
Oh, okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie Jon always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything to me. Don't you dare.
CRiiiMEpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it Jon Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here with you. I know it's been a minute, but, you know, Daddy's out earning, and he's trying to make sure you can go to college and not have to take out a lot of student loans and ruin your future.
So I tranquilized them with one of those tranquilizer darts.
And
I said, you're doing an episode right now, Slaton.
And here we are. And you know what? To be honest, it's I'm fine. It's actually not a big deal. Emotionally,
You're
it doesn't
emotional.
affect me in the least bit whatsoever.
If this was a video podcast, you wouldn't be able to lie the way you're lying right now.
Dude, but you don't even know what the lie is.
What is the lie?
You don't know what the lie
You just blew my mind. I don't know what the lie is.
Exactly.
Wait, there's a mystery lie?
Am I emotional? Am I not emotional?
I could never tell with you, serial killer.
That's the idea, dude. Hi, everybody. CRiiiME is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
And I, Jon Shefsky, I riff quite a bit. But lately I've had responsibility in riffing, which just is not, it's not me.
Yeah. And lately I haven't been reading because, again, I am trying to make sure, you want a car for your 16th birthday? Well, Daddy has to earn.
Well, you're going to earn from these sponsors.
Yeah. And, here's the thing. If sometimes you reach a situation in life where life throws you lemons and you make chicken salad out of it. And when that happens... You have to go get some chicken salad insurance from our good buddy Joe Erle at
C3 Risk and Insurance Services.
What does Joe Erle do? Well,
I don't know. I've been trying to catch him on his webcam, but he always puts the tape over it.
I'm relatively unsure, but I believe what he does is he finds insurance for you. That's what an insurance broker
that's officially what Joe does.
Yeah, that's what he does officially. In his own time.
That's his business. This is America, baby.
I think he goes out for fast food.
That's a pleasant way of saying what
tricked into farmers markets on the weekends occasionally.
He probably does some stuff with his wife. Yep, farmers markets.
He has 2 children. You know what? Here's a reality. Joe doesn't just want your business. He has 2 children.
He has to have your business, goddammit.
So
he needs you.
Call up whoever gives you insurance right now and tell him, hey, fuck you.
Whoa.
I don't care if you have kids or not.
Sorry, Mom.
Because I have no relationship. Sorry, Mom. I have no relationship with your kids, but I have a relationship with Joe Erle's kids. So
can they split their insurance policies? Can they maybe keep helping their current insurance provider so they don't lose their home, but then also help Joe Erle? Maybe get a special kind of insurance through Joe Erle, like the chicken salad, but keep their car insurance to the other person?
I disagree entirely with that entire premise. Okay. And I say ruin someone else's life in favor of Joe Erle. Go to c3insurance.com/Joe or call him something to what
you don't remember his number.
I don't remember the number.
Dude, I say his number on every ad read when you're not there. And now you're gonna forget it?
You say it on every ad read? Are you sure?
Yeah, dude.
You definitely said his number?
Totally.
You even know what it is?
I've never said it when you're not there. I'm always like, you listen to a back episode of
619-233-8000, I think it is.
Don't have him make wrong phone numbers. Just email Joe Erle, Google him, you'll find him. Everyone's got Google.
Yeah. And,
ask Siri to figure it out.
Yeah, get a policy. A few of you have, and he and I both appreciate
He appreciates
that.
it. And you know the people who have? They got $25 to Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's so dope.
If you get a policy from Joe Erle, he will give you $25 from Amazon. He'll take the money out of his kid's hand right then and there and give it to you to go to Amazon.
And you can use that to go get like Outlander season 4 on Amazon or whatever. Whatever you're into. If you want to be called a Sassenach.
Yeah. You can look at Shefsky's webcam, what do they call it, the wish list?
Yeah.
See all the stuff I want on
It's
there?
all just webcam, so he can give you different angles on his solo male videos.
That's really weird of you.
Speaking of solo male videos, even better than a solo male video is a solo male dead body painting from our
Great
friend
transition.
D. Ketelson at
A Piece That Remains.
Someone you know dies. What do you do? Do you bury them? What are you?
Bury
A
half of
caveman?
them. bury half of them.
Half of them?
And I don't mean like the torso or the legs. I mean cut them in half down the center.
Down the middle, like a hot dog?
Cut them vertically.
When you hot dog your dead loved one, half of it put in the ground, half of it get cremated. And D. Ketelson, our friend, will turn it into cremation art. She'll also make regular art. But D. Ketelson, a PEACE, that remains.com, the best way to hide a body in plain sight. The best body.
D's husband's going to kick your ass, buddy.
I'll fight him. Come, if you know what, if he flies here, I'll fight
Then he
him.
deserves to kick your ass.
I know, dude, I'll take it. If you're willing to fly here from across the country to fight me for no money, I'll fight you.
Okay, now, guys, you have to support our sponsor, D. You've got to buy 25 paintings from her so she can afford to fly her husband first class to California so that he can fight Rich Slaton in the ring.
Is he big?
He's a big, strong man from the Midwest. Ask D.
Okay.
He manhandles, dude. He intimidated me.
He intimidated you.
He is her bodyguard. When Dee did an ad read with us and they came into the studio, she was like, "This is my bodyguard," and he just grunted. I was like, "What's his name?" And I put my hand out, and he just grunted. And I was like, "Oh, you can sit right here. Can I get you a drink?"
That is a name.
He's an alpha male.
His name was. Oh,
He's gonna kick your ass.
Oh yeah, he is very Midwestern.
I'm actually voting on both of you guys because I'm a centrist. I'm like, I don't want anyone to suffer. I want everyone to win.
Guys, if you want to support the show, support our sponsors, of course, there's the Patreon. Stickers do come. Sometimes they get there. The stickers get there.
They're not on schedule, but sometimes some of the best things in life aren't on schedule.
Yeah, it's very true. But
right?
you get the stickers, bro.
The baby you didn't expect that becomes your favorite child. You know, it's like you don't always need things to be on schedule.
The baby you didn't expect that you were able to sell on the black market so you could afford a new Tesla. You know that one.
Are you planning to get a Tesla?
No, I'm not selling plurp.
Folks, today on our episode, we have got so many great stories. Man holding kitchen knife fatally shot by Sandy Springs officer.
Finally,
fatally and finally shot. St. Paul man who told police he worked for utility, sentenced for stealing copper. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
And then my favorite one, 2 women got into a disagreement over dog poop. The dispute ended with one of them under arrest. Stick around for all those stories and more. And if you stick around after those stories, there'll be a little special bonus episode going on for you there.
What?
There's a special bonus episode coming after we do.
How dare you?
After we do our special crime news, which is special enough because both of us are in the house together.
Yeah, we're in my house.
We're literally in a house.
The house that video games built.
This is
no joke.
Let's get started, folks.
Oh, he's handing me the computer, guys. He's trying to cover it up with this noise that he's making. A man holding a kitchen knife was fatally shot by police Thursday morning when he allegedly ran at Sandy Springs officers. Well,
you're gonna throw a but luckily in there, right?
Well, at some point.
Okay.
But you're pre-queuing it?
Yeah. We haven't done this for a while, and this is kind of a new way of doing it.
But I didn't write this story.
You still... This is the thing about improv.
I have to throw one in there somewhere willy-nilly.
You're going to the school of Shefsky right now. You just got to throw a but luckily in there before your brain says the linguistics that it's thinking. You got to throw it. Okay.
According to Sandy Springs police, but luckily, officers were called to a report.
It was perfect. Great job. You're doing good so far.
Of an armed person on the 100 block of
I hope he had 2 arms. I mean... an armed person.
I hope he had 4 like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
I hope he's one of those gods that the people in Pakistan worship.
Yeah, like a Vishnu or a Krishna or a...
Yeah.
You know, one of those ones?
Yeah.
Do they all have lots of arms? Or is
I would hope so.
offensive?
That'd be weird if
Do
only...
some of them have multiple elephant trunks?
That's creating an inequality that I just can't live with. It's like we either all have a bunch of arms or nobody gets any arms at all. Am I right?
They report of an armed person at the 100 block of Northwood Drive around 6:15 a.m. That is too early.
Who wrote this story?
Chelsea Prince and John Spink.
Okay.
Of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This is a very short story.
They're all very short.
Oh my
It's frustrating when you do crime news and you're like, that's all they wrote because all journalists are doing different things these days. The real journalists are still kicking ass and risking their life and writing important stories. But there's a lot of journalists that are like internet journalists. I don't even know if you call them journalists. And they just write like clickbait stories just to get you to go to the page to see the ads.
You know, Jonathan,
and that's how they're paying
Shefsky,
their bills. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you talking to me like that, Mom?
You know, this is... I'm seeing... this feels right now... like a good example of what you did throughout all of your school education, junior high and high school.
What'd I do?
I have a feeling that most of the books you were meant to read, you thought the Cliff Notes were too long and asked someone else like...
I thought the Cliff Notes were too long?
Yeah. That's the vibe that I get from you from a homework perspective.
What I would do is I would find someone that was nerdy, like myself, but liked to read. I would give them the Cliff Notes and say, can you make Cliff Notes on this book? They would double down. It's like a double filtration thing.
Can you cliff the cliffs? Here's how short this story is, guys. I'm going to read the entire rest of the story here in the next 22 seconds.
It's so embarrassing.
The man who was not named was threatening to harm himself. Police spokesman Sergeant Sam
You
Worsham
can't even
told
read fast.
AJC.com
You think
the
you're the
officers
micro
ordered him to
machine,
drop the
man?
knife. Quote, he did not. Worsham said, quote, he kept approaching them in a threatening manner. The officers were forced to open fire and shoot the subject. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died, according to the GBI.
He threatened. Wait, go back. He threatened to kill himself with a knife.
No. The officers ordered him to drop the knife. Oh, no. He was threatening to harm himself, so they shot him so he wouldn't.
That sounds like that's what happens when you let the state come in and make decisions for you, folks.
Well, it's like that. There's that drug treatment center in Amsterdam where the way they treat heroin addiction is with heroin.
Yeah, but they like wean you off it. But this is the cops be like, oh,
Yeah,
no,
they
you're
were-
not going to kill yourself.
They were weaning him off of killing himself by killing him first.
Killing him softly so that he didn't have to do it himself. And they're like, well, now he can have an honorable funeral because he didn't kill himself.
Oh, this was suicide by cop. Now that makes sense.
How do you
Where he
know? Was
like-
there a note?
Well, no, because he was like threatening to kill himself. They're like, if you don't stop killing yourself, we'll kill you. He's like, oh, that's easier. And then ran at them with a knife.
I would only believe that if there was a note. If he didn't have a note, then you're just like, that's not suicide by cop. That's the cops shooting you.
And no, I believe that you're wrong, and I'm correct in most times. That guy died.
Our next story comes to you from Sarah Horner. You horny Sarah. Horner?
It was right there.
Oh, Harv.
It was right there.
St. Paul man who told police he worked for utilities sentenced for stealing copper from lampposts.
That sounds right.
That sounds about right?
That's how I get it.
A St. Paul man busted for trying to steal copper wiring from inside city street lamps avoided prison this week. A Ramsey County District Court judge departed from state sentencing guidelines Tuesday when he sentenced Roger Eugene Christian to serve 48 days in jail on 2 felony counts.
So he stole copper from lampposts.
Yeah, copper. See? Stealing copper from a
You know,
copper.
again, we come back to the homework thing, right? Where like I feel like what you did in this situation
Yes.
is you copied someone else's homework.
Did I copper someone else's homework?
Yeah.
And steal it? Am I the guy from the story?
Did you find this story in a lamppost somewhere? Did you tell them you were a city employee?
I found the story at a lamppost pizza where the cheese was a cheese.
You're telling me that there was no crime story anywhere on the internet that was longer than 4 sentences. That's your supposition about this scenario.
I like to be surprised when we do crime, right?
Yeah.
You read me the stories where I don't even know
I
what's
get
going
it.
on, right?
I know what you mean.
And so when I do crime without you, I have to still be surprised. I don't read the stories before I do my own crime stories on crime. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, half the time I'm like, and the story ended there. Ask the listeners. Ask them right now. Speak up, guys. Don't I say it? I'm like, look how short this fucking story was. That's how it is. The hearing came about 2.5 months after Christian pleaded guilty to first-degree criminal
You
charges.
can't be Christian and criminal.
He's named Christian. That doesn't mean he's living up to what he was named. Okay?
Thieves. No, you know what? Jesus liked thieves, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, the worse of a person
whores.
you are, the closer you can be to God, because you're always like, can you counsel me through this mistake I made again, God? Like, if you're good, you're not asking God all the time, like, hey, can you help me out? You're like, I got this, God. I graduated. It's like a kid moving away from their parents. But if you're like always in trouble with the law and fucking your life up, then you're always asking like, God, please forgive me. God, you're the one who's actually talking to God.
Dear God, I got this big deal coming, and there's a problem. Vinny's a dick. So if you could help me by
Vinny is a dick.
by like killing him or whatever, or helping me kill him, or if you could,
Yeah.
you know, actually, this reminds me of a really important story. It's like a Bible. It's a parable.
Yeah.
So this guy, this mobster, right? He wanted this other mobster assassinated.
Okay.
So he wanted to get
I
this
thought
guy.
that was a punchline.
He wanted to get this guy killed.
Okay, so we
right?
got Mafia Man A.
And he's like, I want
praying to get Mafia Man B
He's
killed.
praying to God. God, will you please assassinate
Can you like
this
do
other mob?
do his accent, you know?
Hey God, can you kill this other fucking guy? You know.
Hey, this fucking guy,
He's a real problem.
Fucking meatball sandwich.
And so he's praying to God to assassinate this guy, and his friend Tony comes in and goes, "Hey, what's up, Vinny? You need anybody killed?" And Tony and Vinny goes, "No, man. I'm trying to get God to do it." And Tony goes, "Oh, okay." And then he walks away. Right? So then Vinny goes for a walk. Maybe I walk and I pray outside. God will hear me more clearly.
Yeah.
And
hey,
so,
yo, fucking big greasy Italian Jesus, are you listening?
exactly.
Come
I mean,
on.
that's dude. It's crazy. Have you read the story before? This is nuts.
No, but is that really
so
how it
then
goes?
he ran into
Does he call him big greasy Jesus?
then he ran into a guy named Julio from the Puerto Rican mob because we're in New York.
Okay.
And
Hey, Julio, what the fuck?
yeah, and then Julio goes,
Forget about it. Eh?
that's how
Donnie Brasco,
that's how Puerto Ricans talk.
Salami.
Yeah, Julio the Puerto Rican
Jersey
goes,
Shore.
"Hey, what's up, man?"
Chris Tucker's Puerto Rican guy
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
story?
He goes, "Man, can you understand the assassination that are coming out of my mouth? I'm an assassination man, now, man." So
Never, ever touch a black man's radio. Remember from the Jackie Chan movie?
exactly.
I love that scene.
Rush Hour.
And
so
it
he
reminded me to like never touch like Rel Battle's radio or Jamar's like
So
radio.
he goes,
or, like,
"Man, by the way, man, just so you know, man, I'm an assassin now, man. So if you need somebody killed, I'll do it for free, man. Just trying to build up my resume, you know. You got to get in this business somehow. You know, you need experience to get a job in the first place. But how do you get experience without getting a job? So I'll kill anybody for free if you want." And Vinny goes, "Nah, man,
God's got it covered.
God's got it covered. I'm out here walking around trying to get God to listen to me, so he'll kill this guy,
Yeah.
right?" So then as he's walking, he runs into Max Smith, who is a Jewish murderer.
Okay.
Very well known from
Wait,
murder.
is this a true story?
This is a total true story.
Oh,
Right?
I thought you were making this whole
This is
thing up.
absolutely true. So he runs into Max Smith, a Jewish murderer.
Shalom, I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
take care of whoever you need killed at a very decent price.
We've been doing this for a very long time. My family goes back for about 3 generations now, 120 years, that we've been assassinating people in New York City for various purposes.
Really?
And I'll give you a good price. You won't get a better price here in the city. And Vinny goes, well, first of all, 2 things. Number 1, the Puerto Rican said that he would do it for free. And number 2,
That's good.
I'm already asking God. And so Max Smith goes, "Oh, you're asking God? Well, of course." So then Vinny turns the corner, and there's the guy he wants to assassinate. And the guy pulls out a gun and shoots him in the liver.
Shoots Vinny in the liver?
Shoots Vinny in the liver.
The guy, Vinny is mobster A, who's been asking God to kill.
Yep. And so Vinny falls to the ground, starts bleeding out. He's gonna die.
I am chopped liver. I'm shot liver.
And as he's
what
dying,
the fuck?
he goes, God, why didn't you help me assassinate him?
And what's God say?
And God goes,
I did.
I sent you
I sent you a Puerto Rican.
a Puerto Rican and an
I sent
Italian
you an Italian
and a Jew.
and a Jew. That sounds like a good sandwich combo.
Yeah, Puerto Rican,
Like,
Italian Jew.
You get the Puerto Rican, which is like a chicken with like a slices,
Yeah.
thin slices of like, probably like a Cuban sandwich.
Sure.
But like, imagine it being chicken with, I would make it with plantains on like a baguette and still do the panini crush thing, maybe put some pickles on
because
it.
it's Jewish. It's on rye bread. Plantains.
No, I was thinking, you're thinking of one sandwich. See, I'm thinking of 3 distinct, like,
I'm thinking of a
about
Puerto Rican
4-inch
Italian.
sandwiches.
It's cold cuts on rye bread with plantains. What up?
I think I
dude?
could do that.
I bet you could.
I think I could.
You're
really
gross.
enjoy
I
that.
bet you could do it.
I could totally. Plantains are so good on everything and with everything. And
a little bit of cinnamon. baked?
No, there are. So if you're having them with something like a sandwich that has meat on
Oh,
it,
no.
they're already sweet enough. So if you just have
I
a
was talking about
plantain
plantains on their own.
plantain with butter and salt, fried up, and then you put that on a sandwich with corned beef or with some sort of salty meat, you've got a delicious combo right there. But that's just we just did Jewish for the rye.
Yeah.
Corned beef's kind of Jewish though, so we do salami and like
Cold cuts, yeah.
prosciutto and like
Yeah. Make it as unkosher as possible.
and then some bacon and then that
Some
really
gelatin.
the gelatin
Yeah.
like from
Like
head
from horse
cheese
hooves.
head cheese or, gross. Okay,
That's how you make gelatin.
you fucking ruined my sandwich.
you-
How'd you ruin my imaginary sandwich?
Grind up horse hooves.
I'm terrified of your fantasy house. If you could
Where
ruin
do
a
you-
sandwich,
Where do you get Jello from?
if you can ruin a sandwich, I don't know if I
What do you
trust
buy yours at the store like a peasant? You don't make your own Jello from
Out of
horse hooves?
horse hooves?
That's where you get it from.
Jeez
The
Louise.
glue factory, that's right next to the Jello factory. The
Folks-
moral of the story, though,
What? Yeah. What's the
Jonathan
moral of the
David
story? Is
Shefsky,
that God will?
is that-
He is speaking to you.
Yeah, is that God was helping this man, but he didn't know how to listen. If you need someone killed, God's not going to kill him for you, but he'll give you the tools to kill that man.
That's kind of evil though that God would help you kill someone instead of like if God's so wise, wouldn't God like stop for a second and be like, hey, let's chat about like why do you want somebody dead? Like what's going on inside of you, Mr. Mobster, that we need to
He's
like.
not gonna he's not gonna
you know
talk
what I mean?
you. What do you think you deserve a conversation with the Lord?
But you deserve the Lord to be like, oh yeah, you want me to help you do something awful? I wish Mr. Rogers was God because we would be in a totally different situation. And we could buy Beyond Burgers anywhere. We wouldn't even have to kill any animals.
Well,
to, have a beef,
to be fair, Mr.
beefy
Rogers
sandwich.
was like to that puppet town. He was definitely God to that. All the puppets that like kicked it with that weird train that would go through the wall of his house.
Yeah.
And then go out to like the Puppet King or whatever the fuck was going on out there.
The Puppet King?
I don't know what was out there. I remember there was a puppet that looked like a king.
Wasn't that
and
King,
a train
that's
went
King
through some
Friday,
places.
right?
I don't know, man. When's the last time you watched Mr. Rogers?
I have a 2.5-year-old. I've seen Mr. Rogers quite a bit in the past
So
couple
you
years.
like you go like dig up old episodes and go, son,
Yeah.
this is what it used to be like before there was Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever's relevant now.
Roger Dog is timeless. I don't know if you know that.
No idea who that is.
Mr. Rogers.
Oh, Roger Dog.
Like if you're fist bumping our dog, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, he's timeless. Like
Do you think he wouldn't have fist bumped because it was too violent? No, I only shake hands. I only give
that
hugs.
was a terrifying Mr. Rogers impression, and he's
that was
timeless.
a great Mr. Rogers. I nailed it.
Okay,
It's
and you know
second
what?
only
If he
to my
was
Alex
here,
Jones.
he would. That's really awkward if that's your only two impressions, Alex Jones and Mr. Rogers. And when I combine them, shit's really getting weird. The 51-year-old St. Paul man was arrested in the area of Mounds Boulevard, an urban place, last spring after two 911 calls reported observing him in a fluorescent yellow vest pulling wiring from lampposts, according to his criminal complaint.
Who hasn't been in that situation?
Right?
though?
At least he was wearing vests. He was being safe, right?
Yeah.
Christian told police at the time that he worked for an electric company and was directed by his boss to remove faulty wires from the posts. Police found a wire cutter, folding pocket knife, a live wire tester, a small amount of heroin in Christian's pockets.
Oh, well, that makes it
when
fun.
they searched him. Well, that's a horse of
Just
a
give him
different
more
color.
heroin and you solve the whole problem.
If he's in Amsterdam.
Or no, if he's there.
Just anywhere you go, you give someone
You're
who
like,
has heroin.
hey-
Heroin begets heroin.
Well, I mean, look, if you want people to stop stealing copper, just give them the heroin. It's the number one way to prevent copper theft.
Yeah, copper, see? Between 6,000 and 8,000 feet of wire were stolen from the city light poles last spring, causing the city of St. Paul about $40,000 in damages. Christian's conduct was responsible for about 17,000 worth of damages in the area, according to court records.
Good job, dude.
Our next story.
And he's doing this sound long enough to pass it to me. Two women in Northern Virginia got
Oh,
into
stop
a-
right there. The story is already hot and sexy. Northern Virginia women scissoring.
Is Northern Virginia like a hot part of Virginia?
I mean, if it's two women together at the same time, any part of Virginia is going to be hot.
That's a big statement.
That's one of my fantasies.
Right there.
It's just two women in Virginia grinding their Virginias
I
together.
mean, two women in West Virginia, though, might as well be two men in West Virginia.
West Virginia, sexy ladies.
I wonder what the sexy lady ratio... No offense, West Virginia. I wonder what the sexy lady ratio is in West Virginia.
Well, sexy lady is in the eye of the beholder, you see. So,
That's true.
So someone might be like, oh, all the sexy ladies are in Hawaii. And then someone else might be like, you obviously haven't been to the Golden Corral in West Virginia.
That's why I've heard about, like, Alaska, where it's one of those things where it's like...
There are some sexy ladies in Alaska.
Oh, no, there are some.
Yeah. Oh,
but the ratio is low.
Oh,
And-
no, yeah, I know.
And
But
it continues to be bad because... Since there's like 8 guys to every women like they hold all the currency. They have a monopoly.
Well, that's one
on
way
the
of
dating
looking at it.
relationships.
That the men are just like, please. It's definitely a seller's market. However, it's
So
also
you
got to
have-
be
so-
kind of frustrating if you are a woman there and you're surrounded by 8 disgusting, horny outdoorsmen they're not all sexy like you and I. They're not just flannel wearing dudes.
Every man in Alaska is gorgeous.
And that
and
should go on a
all-
T-shirt. That might have to go. That's our sticker of the month. Every man in Alaska is gorgeous.
Here's what I've heard. Every man in Alaska is gorgeous, and every woman in Alaska is dangerous.
And that's what I was getting at. You have to be. The men are foaming at the mouth there because there's only there's 8 of them to every woman. So you might be
8 men to every.
You might be in a power position if you're a chick in Alaska, but you're also like, oh my god, everywhere. It's like a zombie movie. Like you run to your car, like, oh fuck, here comes the dude.
If you love gangbangs, it's a great place to live. I feel like.
I have a feeling that Alaska is not like a.
If that's what you're into, though,
kind of place.
No, but I mean,
unless it's like survival, like if you live in a school bus out in the middle of like the wilderness in Seward, and you're just like, we have to stay warm this summer. I need to go out or this winter. I need to go out to the outhouse right now to take a poopsie doodle, and I am freezing my butt off. It's covered in snow. We need to have a gangbang so we can all warm this bus up.
But I feel like if you're a woman who loves gangbangs,
Do you like the way I tried to negotiate a gangbang by telling him we have to warm this bus up?
that is a good move,
Right? It could work.
It's never worked for me, but
Me neither.
I believe it would work.
Me
though.
neither.
You know,
Most things have never worked for me.
I'm 0-6 with that one so far, but I think the seventh time, 7 is always lucky. You know,
Yeah, it's a lucky number, right?
No, I think that if you are a gangbang enthusiast on either end of the spectrum, especially though if you're a lady who's like all about it,
Yeah.
move to Alaska because now, you know, a lot of times guys will be like, I don't really feel like having sex with a woman with a group of my friends. But in Alaska, there's so few women by comparison
Yeah.
that you're like, I will only have sex with 8 of you at once.
But I think that the law of average
maintain
says
the
that
ratio.
in order to find someone that will be gleefully part of a gangbang,
Sure.
you'd have to have a larger pool of women or people.
But what I'm saying is
anybody. If it's a dude that you want to
should-
gangbang,
we-
you
no,
need
but
to
I'm
ask
saying we can start
500
like a-
dudes. Like, will you let us have a gangbang with you? If you know what I mean?
from a real estate perspective, right? If you want to sell houses in
Now
Alaska,
you're really trying to corner me.
I know what you're saying, man.
Now's a great time to buy in Alaska. Is that what you were going to ask?
It's a great time to buy in Alaska. Specifically, though, I think there's a market for are you a woman who lives somewhere like Idaho or Miami or
Now, Miami.
let's say
Now, there's a place you can
Dallas?
probably put a gangbang together in about 45 minutes.
And are you having difficulty finding a gangbang
Anywhere in
that
Florida.
satisfies you appropriately? Well, we have news for you. Housing in Alaska is cheap, and there is a pile of dick. There are as many.
A pile of dick.
The dick to lady ratio is almost as good as the tree to lady ratio. So get out there and get some. We should
The
make,
forest of penises.
I'm not saying that right now there are women who want to be gangbanged in Alaska. What I'm saying is if you're a woman who wants to be gangbanged,
That's your
move
business.
to Alaska.
I don't think you have to move to Alaska. I think you already live in Florida if you want to be gangbanged.
If you're
That's the pickup line in
if you're
Florida. Hey, you're already in
If you're a
Florida.
homely woman who wants to be gangbanged,
Okay.
move to Alaska.
I would say you can still go to Florida. The Everglades, you will find a swamp master that will be like, "Hell
You know,
yeah,
we're gonna play a game.
me
at
and
the
these
end of
7
this
alligators
episode.
have been looking for someone like you."
Someone I don't know who to give credit to, but someone posted a thing on Twitter the other day that was put in Florida man and your birthday and see what comes up. So we're going to do that to finish this out today. That's
Okay.
going to be a lot of fun. But let's go back to 2 women in North Virginia got into a disagreement over dog poop. The dispute ended with one of them under arrest. According to Fairfax County Police, the incident unfolded Tuesday evening along the 6800 block of Oxpen Court in the Franconia area.
I don't know anything about that area.
Nope, no one does.
Franconia in Virginia.
According to police, a driver noticed a woman, but luckily, who was later identified
luckily!
as Misty Freeman. That's where it goes. That's felt like a good
You
spot,
had a
right?
good natural butt luckily there.
Who was later identified as Misty Freeman, 38 of Alexandria.
Misty Freeman?
Yeah, Misty Freeman. She actually sounds like a gangbang person.
Misty Freeman? That sounds like
Yeah.
a porn name.
Yeah, Misty. Like, yeah, you missed all of. I'll missed on she
We can't release this episode.
Yeah,
I can't.
with a dog that was defecating. She was doing gangbangs with the dog that was defecating. Oh no,
You
I
added the
mixed
gangbang part
two-
in.
I mixed the two.
You're
stories.
mixing reality with your imagination. This
The
is when it
driver
starts to get
stopped
good.
her vehicle and asked Freeman if she was, quote, if she planned on picking up her dog's feces, police said. Authorities
Someone
said
pulled
Freeman,
over and asked her?
Yeah.
Oh, because they probably like, I've seen this before. Someone just letting their dog poop. I'm going to have to stop and make a citizen's comment or a citizen's warning.
Authorities said Freeman ignored the driver's comments. The driver then parked her car down the street and came back to Freeman to, quote, discuss the matter.
Oh, she's just trying to keep her neighborhood like dog poop free. I can understand that.
And I'm sure what she did was come up and went, hi, you know, I don't know if you've heard of the golden rule, which is treat others how you want to be treated. But I don't know, would you want to have someone leave dog poop in front of your yard or on their sidewalk?
And what did the other lady say? Is this a quote?
She said,
don't give a fuck.
I think that I would not like that. And then it was resolved and the lady was actually arrested later for running a stop sign.
Are you serious?
Yes, this is the exact story that was written down that I haven't looked at and have been staring you in the eyes this entire time.
Wait, so that's not what happened.
God, you are...
WTF
I have
is going
missed
on? And
how easy it is to take you down a path.
oh, I'm sorry. I trust my friend.
At that point, the 2 women started to record each other.
Like, what do you mean? They held up phones to each other's face? I'm recording you. No, I'm recording you. I'm recording you. Well, I'm recording you.
No Becky's allowed. Police said
World star.
Police said Freeman then knocked the phone from the driver's hands, hit her on the back, picked up the driver's phone, and drove away.
Oh, whoa. She took the phone? She stole her phone and drove
Yeah.
away? Oh, that's now you're causing real problems.
Freeman then went to a home and called police to file a report. When officers arrived, they found the
She
driver's
knock on the
phone.
door, go like, can I use your phone? I just had my phone stolen.
No, she's the one who stole the phone. The woman who stole the phone called the police.
Oh.
So two gunslingers in the Wild West of Northern Virginia
It's either a Tom Petty or a
get
Johnny
into
Cash
a
song.
heated discussion over dog
Or a
poop.
Willie Nelson song.
And-
Don't get in a heated discussion over dog poop. Don't bring your guns down in Virginia. Don't get in a poopy situation.
As the sun began to rise over the street, they eyed each other, standing 10 paces apart. I just did that sound effect a minute ago, but I like your version of it.
I like to do it too.
I do it with the whistle, though.
I can't whistle.
Oh, yeah, you're bad at whistling.
This is like, well,
you're like
my lips are
Data
dry.
from Star Trek.
I can whistle. I just need to practice for a few weeks. I just never whistle.
Yeah, I can crush whistling, bro. This is crazy. I won the West Sacramento Whistling Championship in 1996.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
That didn't even exist, I don't think.
You asshole! As you stared me in the eyes.
No. Look. There was no West Sacramento. There was a state championship. There was no West. They didn't do it regionally.
I'm getting a 3D printer and I'm going to print up my own lie detector test. I'm going to make you take it every time we hang out.
So here's what happened. They stare each other in the eye. They both pull their phones out and they record each other. Right? I mean, this is basically a white lady gunfight.
This is
recording
textbook.
each other.
Textbook. Your lives are too good and you're causing problems.
Like this is their version of pulling 6 shooters at high noon.
Yeah.
And so they stare each other in the eye and they record like, you're going to say something racist. You're going to say something racist, but we're both white. How's this going to happen? Well, it probably will happen anyway because we are both white. So they say something racist that is unrelated to our situation.
You're being racist by calling them white so much. I just want you to know that.
I'm assuming they're white. It is Northern Virginia. So they are getting into this.
So you know about Northern Virginia?
It's there. It's close. It's closer to New York than Southern Virginia.
But you just said everybody's
Florida
white there.
than Southern Virginia.
Everybody's white there. You said.
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
Yeah. So they get into the cell phone videotaping battle, right? And then Dog Poop Lady.
Is that a new show on Comedy Central?
Misty Freeman. It isn't. I've been pitching it, but thanks for telling everybody now on the podcast. They'll all steal the idea. Awesome. Appreciate it. I should have had you sign an NDA, but I didn't have time before we had to start this podcast today. So, oh well. So Misty is going like, look, I have 3 options to continue filming this woman and hope that she says something racist so I can get her ruined on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Misty Freeman's second option is that I missed all over her and she gets herpes.
Missed all over her?
I missed all over her.
Did they have a pee fight?
That's why she's called Misty. It's because she's a mist. She likes to mist.
That would be funny if
But she doesn't have a stream. She's a mist. It comes out like, when you're on a patio and it's a hot summer day?
Yeah, like it
comes out like
Six
that.
Flags Magic Mountain. They have that around all the lines to keep people from dying from heat exhaustion.
Her real name was Caroline, but they nicknamed her Misty when they saw how she pees.
I almost wish that was how we did like conflict resolution in our world. It was just
pee on each other?
People peed on each other instead of like actually permanently hurt each other.
This is not me taking you down a crazy line. We used to have what called circle of death fights to solve like bullshit disputes. Like if we're arguing over who's a better band or whatever, someone will go circle of death. And then so someone pees in a circle.
Yeah.
And then you get in the circle and you wrestle to try to push someone onto the to make them step or fall into the circle of peas.
Yeah, like if we like just solved our world issues instead of using like nerve gas and like killing a bunch of people with war, if like countries just went up and peed on each other, like they send their best pissers.
But it
in.
is a biological agent.
Like, sir, I'm sending in my best pissers. Like they're sending in their best.
Here's what happens.
Wait, let's keep going with this pee thing because I kind of.
Well, we went through 2 of our options. The third option is to steal her phone and hit her in the back.
So peeing, stealing phones, and physically hurting.
No, the 3 options were keep filming her and hope she says something racist.
Oh, okay. A.
2 is
B.
Misty on her.
Misty Pisty.
Mm-hmm. And then number 3 is steal her phone and then run away, and then call the cops on the one she stole the phone from.
But then maybe she took the phone so she wouldn't be hurt or something like that, and then called the cops like, all right, you guys, here's what's going on. I got her phone, so we have that already. Like, it's like, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, she robbed her.
Okay.
She robbed her, and then she got arrested for that. She's like, I stole her phone.
And the cops
go arrest her. And they're like, that's not how that works.
The cops like, would you be willing to testify against myself for stealing the phone? Hell yeah! Someone's going down for this.
Yeah, they are. That's how the story ends, actually, is they went down on each other.
Are you serious? No. He stared me in the eyes when he said this, folks. Of course I didn't believe that, except for the split second we said.
And cheeky little final line here from Dana Hedgepath, the author of this 7-sentence story. It's not clear whether the dog feces was ever picked up.
Like she's trying to be funny. She's trying to be funny at the end.
Yeah, she was like, I only have 7 sentences. Let me get in at least one good punchline.
That is kind of a funny punchline, but it's also just low hanging and just like, could you do a little? I guess you could have thrown that in earlier.
Here's the problem: is she didn't do her research. That dog feces is still there today. It's memorialized. It memorializes the fight of Oxpen Court
in West Virginia.
Yeah. They bronzed. I mean, it's not there like in its original form. They bronzed the poop to memorialize all the lives that were lost, which was 0 in the in the showdown at Oxpen Court.
Ox Poop Court.
Ox Poop Court.
Well, as crime news, let's
go. Let's
do our special
What's your actual birth date? My birthday is May 13th.
Guys, my birthday is February 7th. So
There you go. So I'll read your article to you, and then you can read my article to me.
Okay.
Right? So I Googled Florida man and then your birth date, and here's the story that came up. Tampa, Florida. Authorities in Florida are searching for a missing man who they say believes he's God. Hold on. I'm not missing. I'm here. And has been saying he wants to heal and kill people. Wow, this is like crazy.
this is a real news though?
This is a real news story. This is a real news
They
story.
happened on your birthday?
It happened on your birthday.
Oh,
this is
whoa.
the your.
This is my
I'm reading
birthday.
you the your birthday one.
Oh, okay. Wow.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office tells television station WFLA that Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office on Monday issued a missing persons alert for 33-year-old Erle Rodriguez after he left his family's Tampa home. He hasn't been heard from since. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office tells his television station WFLA that Rodriguez has been making statements that he is God. An agency spokesman
Like
says
Jim
he wants
Morrison
to
on top
heal
of
and
a
kill people.
VW bus at a concert.
Yeah.
I'm the Lizard King.
Well, that is what happened on your birthday.
This year?
Oh, you know what? Let's do a second one for you. Here we go. The second crime story from your birthday. You ready?
Yes. Wait, there's multiple stories on my birthday in Florida?
Yeah, there's another one from your... Yeah, your birthday's a good one. A city commissioner in Florida has resigned after the state ethics commission fined her over accusations that she sexually harassed a former city official by licking his face and groping him.
Dude, this is the perfect... That's such a cool story. A chick got in trouble for sexually harassing a dude by licking his face on my birthday?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she did it on purpose. She was
And
like,
that's so-
I know that my friend Jonathan was born 72 years ago on this date.
Are you claiming that I'm 72 years old?
Yeah, I think it's accurate.
I am 38 years old, you fucking dick.
Madera Beach City Commissioner Nancy Oakley handed in her resignation Tuesday. Tampa Bay Times reported in her resignation letter, she says she's innocent and plans to appeal the ethics violation ruling.
Right before she licked the judge's face.
And then she missed it him. The Florida Commission on Ethics last month fined Oakley $5,000 and called on the governor to issue a public reprimand. A former city official filed this complaint against Oakley 2 years ago, saying she'd sexually harassed him by licking his face and groping him at a public event.
I love it. That's so
Happy
funny.
birthday.
That's so badass.
Happy Black History birthday.
She licked his face. I think that's funny.
So now let's do my birthday.
Let's do
and
your
you'll read it.
birthday. Birthdays were the worst days, but now we drink champagne when we thirsty.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
And you read,
now I'm going to read it?
You're going to read my birthday
Okay.
story.
May 13th, Florida man turns himself in for murdering his imaginary friend.
Don't read the headlines. Just read the story. So
Oh, I
I'm
got to click on it now?
surprised.
Okay.
Yeah. You read the story.
It's
Dude,
just,
bro, are you
led me
new?
it just led me to Twitter. Hang on a second.
Bro, are you new?
Just led me to Twitter.
Bro, are you new? I'm going to say that over and over again. Shefsky's wearing a shirt that it's almost like a shirt that I have, but it's not as cool as mine. Good story, guys.
Florida man's happy birthday billboard from Sons draws 20,000 plus texts. Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest tried to call, only to be stopped by a full voicemail box. A sweet phone call to dad on his birthday? Think again. After two Palm Beach County brothers put up a billboard inviting passerby to wish him a happy birthday.
Is there a crime anywhere in this story?
Being interrupted is a crime in some fucking states, bruh.
Yeah. What happened to the guy who turned himself in for killing his imaginary friend?
It goes to Twitter.
Yeah, and then you click the thing from Twitter, and then you keep on going.
It just has you keep clicking things, and then you just keep going.
Dude.
This is why the internet is like not cool.
The internet's so dope. What did you see? You have to watch. You have to use magazines. You know what I'm saying?
I love magazines.
Nobody loves magazines. That's why they're dying out.
I'd say it's about time to do our bonus part of this episode.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that, guys. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you, and you can go and support our sponsors, and you can go to the Patreon. You can follow us on all the social medias at CRiiMEPod, CRiiMEPod. You can email us crimepodcast@gmail.com. 1 I or 3.
Either way.
Questions, comments, ideas of things to pick up. Dick pics, label those for Shefsky, of course.
I'm going to look at those pics. I'm
And we will see you next time.
going to look at those pictures. I'm going to put them on a projector and put them up on the wall and take pictures next to life, like 6 foot tall penises that people send us.
Bye, robot.
All right. Here's the bonus episode. Are you guys ready for this? Crime listeners, are you guys ready for this? This is the bonus episode that I'm so excited to do here. Here it goes. Shefsky here. Welcome to Fantasy House. You like Adventure Time? Yeah, I know you do. You like MTV Cribs? Who doesn't? Well, guess what? You're going to love Fantasy House. Every week, my special guest walks us through their imaginary fantasy house. It's one of my favorite things to do. I look forward to it. You're getting a guided tour through people's most creative inventions. I mean, it's so great. This week, my guest is one of my best friends, and he is a play-by-play commentator on the Clash Royale video game series, because apparently video games are like sports now, where they have play-by-play. He's like the Dana White of video games right now. Is that the right? He's like the Joe Rogan of video games right now, and maybe one day he'll be the Dana White of video games. He's just killing it. He's a sweetheart. I call him my Viking Jew, my baby Slay. He's my co-host of my true crime comedy podcast, CRiiiME. Rich Slaton. He's my guest this week. I've been so excited. This is the biggest anticipation. This is what people have been messaging me, asking me, like, well, when's Slaton going to do a fantasy house? This is the fantasy house with Slaton. Okay? You like houses out in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere? You like fly fishing? You like giant TVs that scale up or down depending on how many people are watching it with you? How about bathrooms with weird ways to poop? Oh, then this episode is for you. Now, in the great words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this!
Won't you take us on a ride over to your fantasy house? You're the host with the most experience guest in your fantasy house. You don't need money for expensive construction. The only limit is your imagination. You're the ride over to your fantasy house right now.
My fantasy house is in Montana.
Montana.
The mountains of Montana.
Ooh, the mountains of Montana.
Mm-hmm.
What season am I coming to visit your fantasy house?
Summer. Summers there are very pleasant.
Because what? All the grass and the tree, everything's bloomed and happy, and
Spring is where, late spring or early summer is where all the blooming is, but by the midsummer where it's a nice 80 degrees all the time.
80-degree Montana.
The river and the creeks have all come down. Like when in the springtime, they're too full with the runoff from the mountains, from the snow.
Yeah.
By that time, they've come down so you can fly fish.
Oh yeah.
Because the fish can't see the flies when the creek's too muddy.
Yeah.
So by the time the water recedes a little bit, it calms down. Now the fish can see the flies. They're like, damn, I'm hungry because I didn't eat all winter or whatever because I couldn't see any fucking flies. And now I can eat.
Are you fly fishing as I'm walking up the entranceway to your house? Are you like?
I'm always fly fishing.
You're always fly.
That's what I'm doing right now.
It's like that always be closing thing.
Yeah.
But it's always fly fishing.
Yeah, 100%.
Always be fly fishing.
Fly fishing is the best kind of fishing because it's an actual competition. You're hunting the fish. Other fishing, you just sit there and go well, I hope a fish bites this thing.
I mean, that's fun though. You drink a beer and have a conversation.
Yeah, but that's not fishing.
You feel
that's
it tugging.
doing that kind of fishing. Other fishing,
yeah.
Fishing is just the excuse to be drinking beer and hanging out. It's like you could be doing anything, but fishing's what you're doing.
But you chose to be doing fishing.
Fly fishing is an activity that you're actively attempting to catch a fish rather than hope a fish bites your hook at some point.
Well, you're a very condescending angler.
Yeah, every other fishing is
You
bullshit.
just alienated yourself from the entire
Deep sea
fishing community.
fishing, you know what? Deep sea fishing, bass fishing, and fly fishing, the three kinds of fishing that matter. Every other, put a bobber in a lake and hope a trout bites it, go fuck yourself.
So, your fantasy house
Is this different from a normal fantasy house episode?
No, this is great. Your fantasy house is in the beautiful, lush hills of Montana.
The Bear
in the
Trap Mountains of
summertime.
Montana.
What does it look like as I'm walking up to it? Like, give me the set and setting of your actual fantasy
Well,
house, like
you
aesthetically.
can't see it as you're walking up to it, and that's one of
Okay.
the great parts about the house.
It's a mystery. Was it camouflaged?
The house blends fantastically into the woods.
Okay. And what's the purpose of that? What's the benefit of your house blending into the woods?
Well, because I don't want
Who are you
some
who are you hiding
asshole
from?
who's out there hiking or hunting.
So how do you know? Like, what am I walking up to come to the front door?
You don't come to the forest. You don't come to the front door.
Okay, so I walked into the forest.
The only
How do you know I'm here to visit you?
Because I have cameras everywhere, obviously.
You creepy Montana man.
Well, no, it's actually
You can't see my house. Oh, I'm watching everything in the forest.
the cameras are actually mostly to monitor the house when I'm gone.
Okay.
To make sure that no one's robbing the place because they've somehow stumbled upon it,
Good
which they couldn't.
save.
But
You've
also,
obviously
it's
had this critique before. Good save.
But also, it's mostly for wildlife watching because we are in one of the most lush wildlife, and there's bears, there's deer, there's rabbits. There's a bunch of shit you can look at and be like, dope, right? So there's antelope.
So you have like
white-tailed
you
antelope.
have like a bat cave, but all the screens are just watching a BBC, a Planet Earth, basically.
Essentially.
I like
Which
that.
why wouldn't it be this? And it's all remotely accessible, of course. I can be, for example, we could be here. I can pull up my phone and I can be like, dude, look at this bear in my front yard. And there you
But
go.
without having to get up, because you're just like, let's just eat chicken tortilla soup and watch it on the screen.
I'm on keto right now, no tortillas.
But you could have chicken tortilla soup without the tortilla, and everything else is keto.
Then it's chicken soup with no tortillas in it.
No, you get the spiciness, you
What
get the sour
tortilla-
cream in there, you get all the seasoning.
So you're having like a Mexican style chicken soup, but there's no tortilla in it.
See?
So it's not tortilla soup. By definition, it's not tortilla soup. Like, it's impossible for it to be tortilla soup. Like, okay, if I'm like, hey, we're having brisket, you're like, what's in it? No beef. Like, where have we hit brisket then? You know what I'm saying?
So where's the entrance of this house?
The entrance is actually located inside the house rather than outside the house. There are exits, but there are no entrances.
Well, how
Check this out.
am I getting to your house?
Because the doorways in and out, portals.
Okay.
It's a portal. So there's one doorway in the center of the home, right, that you can walk through to go anywhere. And if you have the key, which I reserve for myself and for a very select few.
Okay. I obviously am one of the people.
Of course not.
Okay.
You could, with the key, you can open up a portal anywhere and enter back into the house.
Okay.
Now, there are exits from the home. There are doorways to exit the home, but they are one way. They are not in and out. They are only out. This is the most secure, but also relaxing home.
What if you get yourself locked out? You don't have your key, and you're like, crap. I'm one of those exit portals.
Well, first of all, the key's built in. Like it's an implant.
Is it in your genitals?
God, now I have to move it. That's so frustrating. I guess I'll put it. I can't tell where I'm gonna put it, but now I have to move it.
Your key slot is a fleshlight in the door.
No,
That's how you get in the house.
No, it's you double tap it and it opens up the portal and you walk through. Boom, you're in the center. You're already. And here's the thing: is you walk in to the center of the home, to where everyone, a home. Like, I'm a big open floor plan kind of guy. I want people to be around each other.
Me too. Hashtag HGTV, bro.
So when you walk in right into into everything and everyone. You walk into family.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's no entrance hall you have to or hallways to go down. You walk in, you're in the center of the home. Like, everything is spoked off the center too. Like, the kitchen, the living room, dining room, all that is centralized around the entrance, which is like, you remember watch 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
Right? So the obelisk,
Yeah.
that's the entrance in the center. And when you turn it on and off, the obelisk turns into the portal.
Yeah.
Boom, in and out.
So that's how I got into your house right now. I'm like,
Yes, but I keyed it to let you in.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I also have a key. Thank you.
Never.
All right. I'm stopping by all the time.
Holy shit.
Unannounced.
There's a reason why I have both cameras and no doors in.
A lot of late nights. Shefsky here.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. So,
Now, here, an important thing about this.
Yeah.
There is a stoop.
okay.
There is a stoop because every house needs a stoop.
gotta have a stoop.
A stoop's a great place to have a
Smoke a
beer,
cigarette, have a beer.
smoke a cigarette,
Smoke a joint.
spliff.
Yep. Smoke a spliff.
I'm moving over to spliffs now because it seems more appropriate to smoke a little bit of tobacco now that I'm living out in the woods.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's a nice
also
high, too.
And it also has a balcony. But
Okay.
both that balcony and the stoop
Yeah.
are within the confines. They open up to the air from the inside, but not from the outside. You see what I'm saying?
I think so.
Yeah, it's sort of like my one-way doors.
Mm-hmm.
These also, it's like you can go out in the balcony and you are outside overlooking the valley behind my house in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
The creek that runs through it. There's some other beautiful features we're going to get to, just so you know.
Yeah.
But the outside isn't looking in at you.
Because it's invisible. You can't. The outside can't see in you.
Yes, and it's also, how it's not a screened-in porch.
Yeah.
But it has the effect of that because of the force fields, obviously.
Force fields. You super techie. Welcome to Mindfuck Manor. Are you inside? Are you outside?
You asked for a fantasy house.
I love it.
And I can't wait till this is a
I'm
reality.
just riffing. Okay, so what's it look like in here? So I'm inside. I came in through the portal up in the center of the house. What does it look like?
It's appropriate for the setting, first of all.
Okay.
Right. So it's a lot of rich wood tones. Right. It's built in a log cabin style, but it's grand.
Yeah.
Right. So this grand central area, you come into essentially like a recessed octagon.
Okay.
I had to get a little bit of mixed martial arts moved in.
Of course,
there,
I want this to be your personality.
You come into in sort of a recessed octagon.
Yeah.
That's floored in like a soapstone, like a dark soapstone.
Yeah.
Right. And then from there, the house spokes out into different sections, but they all come through the entrance and exit of the home.
Like the hub is the center of this house. Everything comes out first.
Now, directly off the hub, the closest part to it is the kitchen. So this house goes into wings, right? One wing when you're in the center of the home, one hub is the living wing, right? So it's the kitchen that's flanked by the dining area and the living congregating area.
Yeah.
Right? And then another wing is the master bedroom area. Another wing is the guest bedroom area.
Yep.
Right? And then another wing is the utility area, which has all the different fun rooms. The important thing though is the master bedroom and the other bedrooms are separate. Like it's the 4 quadrants.
Yep.
So the 2 bedrooms are opposite quadrants, the bedroom areas, and then the center of the home and the utility area, those are also opposite quadrants. This is your tour. Where do you want to go next?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd just like to use the restroom real quick. I just got here.
Okay, so this is complicated.
The guest bathroom is complicated?
It's a little challenging.
Okay.
Because
I'm up for the challenge.
Well,
I've got to pee, so I'm willing to do what it takes.
To create the level of comfort and reclusiveness that I want, the guest bathroom, only accessible by the portal. Because it's in your house. Get the fuck out of my house. You don't get the shit at my home.
You don't have a guest bathroom in your house?
No, there are
fucking weird asshole.
There are plenty of guest bathrooms.
Oh, okay. I swear I thought you.
The question is which guest bathroom?
Just take me. We don't have time to do all your guest bathrooms. We got to leave something for next episode. Let's go to one guest bathroom right now.
Okay, so there is a bathroom off of the family room area.
Okay.
That's the most public one though.
Okay.
Right? So it's only a half bath. There's no shower in there. There's a toilet, a sink, so on and so forth.
What's it look like? The tile, the walls, the theme, the
Well,
colors,
here's the thing.
smells.
It's because I want you to have an experience at this home. It's all like a ropes course, right? So
the restroom is?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a shower in there, but it's big enough for a ropes course.
Well, it's like a miniature ropes course because you don't sit to shit.
That's a great rhyme right there.
You float, right?
What does that mean?
Well, you get into it's a series of ropes, like a ropes course, that then holds you in the air, and then the trap.
Like you're suspended?
Yeah, you're suspended.
How do you put the rope? Does someone have to help you get into the ropes?
I mean, like only if you're a child who has no ability to operate.
So if I have
ropes.
to go take a bathroom break, I have to go in there and basically strap into a.
Well, no, you go. It's very simple because you go and you stand. You put your feet on 2 spots.
Yep.
And then you press the button, and the ropes lift up and lift you into shitting position. I mean, the only challenge of this is that you have to shit naked. Like you had, I mean, or at least pants. You have to take your pants and shoes all the way off.
I'm willing to get fully naked to take it.
And then once you rise, the trap door comes out, and now you are just pooping directly down an open chute.
How do you wipe when you're all strapped up, hanging from something?
Wipe? What are you, an animal? You're using paper or leaves? Get the fuck out of here, man! You know what?
I'm tied
no
up in
guest
the ropes.
bathroom. You're portaling back to your house now.
Well,
now that I know what a savage
how does
you
one
are.
clean themselves? Do you just have a bidet?
It's like you could call it a bidet, but a bidet would be undervaluing the level of cleanliness that's occurring here. Because remember, you are suspended. Part of the advantage of suspension is that your butt cheeks are never touching and smearing everything together. Right? So when you are finished,
The ropes are holding your body so that your butt's spread open to poop.
of course.
Okay.
I mean, they're ropes is not an example. The best way. It's more like canvas straps.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because you don't want it to like chafe and stuff like that.
Of course not.
Obviously.
I think we all can agree on that. It's common ground.
So it's a series of it's an articulating arm that comes out, sprays, and then dries, and that's it, and you're good.
And then it puts you back down again after the trap door closes, and you're like, all right, I'll be on with my day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wonderful. Dude,
What kind of lighting do you have in there?
I mean, it's just a floor lamp from IKEA. It's not that exciting.
Oh, dude,
I spent so much money.
The extremes.
I spent so much
I'm
money.
a very simple man, you see.
No, here's
just a pedestal.
The budget for this guest bathroom went all into
Fully dumped.
It all went into the strap system, so I have nothing left. This is where I ran out, was on lighting for this room.
Well, the kitchen was nice, or the bathroom was nice. Let's go to the kitchen.
So here's the thing, right? What is the best feature in any kitchen? What is the feature
depends.
that makes a kitchen feel like a place to congregate?
A good island with seating.
A good island with seating, right?
Yep.
Now, what's better than a good island with seating?
2 good islands with
There
seating.
you go. See, you are so on it. This kitchen actually is what we call a double kitchen.
Okay.
Everything is double.
Double
2 fridges, 2 ovens, 2 stoves, 2 dishwashers, 2 trash compactors, 2 blenders, 2 espresso machines.
I love
2
it.
coffee makers.
Dueling espresso machines.
Whatever you want, it's double. Now, the kitchen doesn't feel like it's double because it's not created symmetrically. The things are kind of like they're created in a way that has a natural flow, but not one that makes it feel like it was all designed to be a mirror image of itself. But most importantly, there are 2 islands. One island is this is where the mail gets left and a laptop is out island.
Yeah.
You know that one? The island that like you really can't, you have to clean off to like do anything with.
Yeah.
Now you don't because you have that
You
island.
planned it to be that island.
Just for that island
yep.
is just for like, I'm here to be around you, but I have to answer some emails.
Yep.
Right?
It's for the
And
the
then-
busy person.
Exactly.
Busy person island.
And then there's the other island, which is the like, hey, it's 6 p.m. We have dinner in 45 minutes, but we're all here for, we're going to gather in the kitchen and have a couple of cocktails first
Yeah.
and chat.
Oh, that sounds great.
There might be a little plate out with some cheese or some fruit and stuff like that.
What kind of cheese would you have out?
Brie. Only brie.
You love brie.
I mean, I don't love brie. I like brie, but
What's your favorite one that you'd have out? If you were choosing it for you.
I'd have some very old Munster. Not like store-bought Munster, but the kind of Munster where you're like, fuck, this is Munster?
It's like, oh, it doesn't even taste like the Munster that you're used
It's
to.
beyond. Yes. It's Batman Beyond Munster.
Okay. And what
So-
kind of drink would we have?
Well, for me, a Mexican martini.
Okay, what is that? That sounds like a sexual move.
Yes. On top of being a sexual move, it is also like the easy way to explain it is like a margarita with olive juice, but it's a more complex drink than that. But like if a place doesn't know what a Mexican martini is, because most places in the country won't,
leave.
they'll know in Texas a lot. They'll know what a Mexican martini is.
They'll know in Texas.
Exactly.
Tell
But
them
most
that.
places won't know what it is. Just go like, give me a margarita with some olive juice in it, and that'll be
okay,
close.
weirdo.
That'll be close.
Okay.
But yeah, the double everything kitchen. That's what I'm all about.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's the weird part about it. Only 2 forks, only 2 plates.
Oh,
only
the
2
Larry David
everything-
keeping it all clean.
Everything's 2.
Okay.
So the things that you want only are in 2s.
What
The
if there's
things,
3 people?
bring your own shit, dude. Portal home, get your own plates.
You really are into sending people through that portal.
I mean, it's a port. Wouldn't you? If you came to this house, wouldn't the first thing you do be like, bro, can we like just portal for like an hour and a half right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd even hang out of the house for that long. I'd just be like, let's just use the portal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because as cool as the house is, I want a portal to like. I don't even know where I want a portal to.
Everywhere,
I'd
Tokyo.
probably chill out in the living room and try to figure it out a bunch, and then I'd be like, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, or what you do is you just portal to other parts of the house.
Lazy portal
Well,
user.
But that's
you lazy portal
here's the great
user.
part, right? Like, say you have to really say like you have an oncoming. This is an emergency shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're in the kitchen,
That happens to me.
and you're like,
I just had a
okay,
cocktail, I had some
it is
old Munster
10
cheese.
It is 12 steps. I mean, it's not just 12. It's more like 45 steps. It's 45 steps
Okay.
to the portal, right? But it's 46 steps to the guest bathroom.
You're doing the math.
Boom, you hit the portal, you're in the guest bathroom already.
One step easier.
You're floating over a trapdoor,
One
taking a shit.
step beyond. What's the like the countertops on the islands? What are they made out of?
It's a dense but non-porous stone.
Okay.
It's not granite because granite's done.
You
right?
just feel like granite's everywhere, anyways.
It's a blue that's so deep it's almost gray.
Ooh, you could get like a quartz that does that. There's some really cool like blue quartz stuff that I've seen.
Mine's more like a matte finish.
Okay. All right. All right. And what color is the cabinetry and the
Dark wood.
Dark wood.
Dark wood.
What about the floor?
not dark wood. Not like where you're like, is this almost black? No, but it's like it's not cherry. It's like that deep woods brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the flooring?
I mean, you don't want to go with tile in the kitchen.
No.
in my opinion, right?
Unless you could. There's really cool Spanish tiles that are like they have a lot of texture and they're like thick
but
and
you
like
don't
bulbous.
want you don't want texture in the kitchen because that's more. It's cleaning. That's a nightmare.
It's more stuff to clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this, for me, the kitchen area, I like to go a little more industrial here. So this is all poured concrete,
Oh, okay.
but the heating system I have is like the hot water that continuously flows through the floor.
Yeah.
Which the nice part about this heating system, right, is not only does it keep the floors warm all the time, but when you want to shower, since there's already hot water going through the pipes to keep everything warm,
Yeah.
boom, shower's already instantly hot.
You just turn it on. You're like, and here we go with the
Boom.
perfect temperature. Oh,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I know. I know. I think of everything.
You really do. How's the lighting in there? What do you have? Anything cool? Just like white ceilings with recessed? Or
I
do you
have some bad news. Lighting was the one place where the budget went into so many things in this house.
Oh, you're lighting sucks throughout this whole house. It's like this house has portals, dude. That's the most amazing toilet anyone's ever. I don't even know if the toilet uses you in this house, but you have crappy lighting.
No, it's actually just it's 2 Target desk lamps that are pointed opposite each other, kind of like spotlights.
This is hilarious.
It's hard to cook in there, but it's fun to hang out in.
Asshole. Okay, the kitchen is badass. What do you have for a fridge?
It's 2 fridges, first of all. So a fridge.
What's the fridge look like? I mean, describe it. Is it like one of those
It's
a
large
stainless steel Viking? Is it a classic 1950s fridge? Is it like what do you have?
We're first of all, we're in the mountains, so a classic 1950s fridge would not fit here at all.
Okay.
What's nice about these fridges is that the doors are just whatchamacallits. What are they? The thing I have outside on the balcony. Force fields. They're just force fields, right? So they can look however you want. They can change because it's just a holographic image.
Yeah.
So if you're like, you know what?
How do you have them today while I'm here?
Well, it could be. It's really about you. So for me, I'm like, you know what? Shefsky's here. So let's just make sure that the fridge doors are like a solid plaid, like a nice earthy plaid.
Okay.
You know, it's just something that matches your personality.
Set the fridge to Kurt Cobain.
Yes, exactly. But what's nice about the fridge, right, is that when you walk up, if you are when you put your eyes onto the fridge and like really look at it, if you keep your eyes on that for more than like a second and a half, it goes transparent. Now you can see what's in the fridge without opening the doors.
Wait, does the fridge know that you're looking at it? So
yeah, because the fridge can sense how long your eyes are staying on the fridge doors. So if your eyes are kind of like passing over the fridge doors, that's one thing. But if your eyes are like staying on the fridge doors, now
does your fridge ever go, "Stop looking at me, stop staring"?
No, the fridge doesn't talk.
Okay.
Other items do. The fridge doesn't, though.
Okay.
But no, so the fridge, when you look at it long enough, it goes transparent. You can see what's in it without opening it.
Yeah.
And then there's no door to open. You just reach through whenever you want, and the force field makes room for your hand.
Does it make a sound or anything like that? Is it safe? Like
it's absolutely safe, unless I don't want it to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't. Yeah, I don't.
So here's the fun part about it.
You trick me so much. I'm like, you would trick me, wouldn't you? You'd make me reach into something that's dangerous.
I could trap your hand if I want to, or I could have it cut your hand off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't.
You freaking
but
psycho.
I could. The technology's there. I'm not saying that I would do it. I'm just saying that, like, if the technology was misapplied, it could trap or cut off your hand.
Being a violent prankster that you are and having a house where I'm going to be hanging over your toilet with ropes, it's really a weird combo of trust that I need to have to just even hang out with you.
Yeah.
You freaking...
I know, that's the fun part,
you
though.
Frat boy with too much technology. It's terrifying.
Where are we going next?
Let's go to the garage.
Oh, man. Dude,
what?
You think there's a garage in this house?
How can you not have a garage? You gotta have a place. Don't you want to have some sort of cool vehicles?
Why would I have a vehicle in here when I have a fucking portal?
Sometimes you gotta just hop in the Civic and go to the grocery store.
No, everything's delivered through the portal.
So you never go to the grocery store again?
I mean, why would I?
Aren't you gonna miss going grocery shopping?
No.
You don't like it?
No, I don't want to do any errands.
I always end up like meeting like old, like probably like 55 to 75, no, probably closer to 75-year-old ladies at the grocery store, like in the cheese section.
Is this
like
how you admit that you're having an affair? Is you're like, I've been banging 75-year-old ladies on the side because they know what good cheese is like.
I love old ladies because I don't know, both my grandmas have always been good to me, and like there's something about old ladies that I just absolutely love, and I feel comfortable with them. And for some reason, I meet them at grocery stores.
I don't like keep in touch with all of them and like we hang out. I'm just saying, I want to go grocery shopping, if I'm like, you know,
aren't you gonna miss it if you don't get to go meet the 75-year-old ladies?
To go grocery shopping, I can.
Okay,
but I don't have to anymore.
Okay, I like that though, that you have the freedom. It's just that if it becomes so easy that you can't go or you don't need to go grocery shopping, part of your brain, the practical side that says, well, why even bother, might take the part of your heart away that says, well, I still just want to meet these random ladies when we're just looking at cheese.
Yeah, but I have a portal. I can meet anybody anywhere I want.
But there's something magical about just meeting old ladies while looking at cheese.
Yeah, and I can go look at cheese whenever I want. But I can go look at cheese and be like, yeah, but I'm not going to buy it because I don't need to right now. You know what I'm saying? I can just go for a cheese-looking excursion.
Cheese. I'm just saying, I didn't even say I had to buy cheese.
But there's no garage because I don't need. I neither need nor want vehicles because whenever I want to go anywhere, I can just portal home, then portal out.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
I love it. All right, well, that was the garage.
I don't want to own or drive or fly or operate any vehicle ever again. And this is
what if like the power's out and you can't use your portal and you're like,
why would the power be out?
Hop inside the Tacoma to just go down to the Sprouts and grab some turkey breast.
The high yield plutonium that I have buried deep underground to power this house, it's got a half-life of like 30,000 years.
Okay.
So I have no issue with power, man. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I will never have a power outage.
All right.
And if I do, if there were a problem just as a backup, I'm on the public power utility. I don't trust private power companies, but public power utility, yeah, I'm there.
You're there.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Okay, I love it. A nice little social commentary there. With
Oh,
your
that's so 2019 of you.
Wait, what year is it's 2019 that I'm visiting your house though?
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
I haven't invented the portal yet. It's only going to be at least 3 or 4 more years before this place is ready.
This episode is me right now, right by your birthday.
I'm telling you when this house will be ready. It's about 3 or 4 years from now.
How are we here then?
Because we're taking a tour in the future. Obviously, my portal's it's a time machine too.
In the future, baby. Can we go to the backyard?
I mean,
I don't even have a backyard because why would I have a backyard when I don't have cars to drive in my backyard like a normal person, Shefsky?
no. Well, first of all, my backyard is the world.
Well, that's
You know
a
what I'm talking
very,
about?
very
Well, we're in
internet
Montana.
meme thing to say.
So you could call it a backyard, but my backyard is the open wilderness of Montana. So there's a creek that runs through it.
Oh, I love that.
Right? There's a small pond that it kind of like stops in the middle of the creek.
Yeah.
The creek goes in and out of it.
Yeah.
There's some various meadows and hills. There is, of course, 2 different 18-hole disc golf courses.
2 golf courses.
Disc
golf
golf courses. I designed them both.
Oh yeah. What's different about them?
Well, one of them is designed more for casual play, so it's something that like you could come play with me.
Another one is disc golf to the death.
Yes. The other one is filled with deadly traps. And you have to fight a bear on the 18th hole. No, the other one of them is a pro level course.
Okay.
That really requires you have some skill and arm strength.
For a non-disc golf player, it's really funny to hear someone say, "No, it's a pro level disc golf
One
course."
of them is a next level. Like, you're rarely driving under 300. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one is like, the holes range from like 120 to 280, and it's more accessible for guests and visitors.
So that's where I'd play.
Yeah.
Would you be mad if I went to the pro level one, even though I don't know how to disc golf at all?
The round would take so fucking long. You'd probably lose your disc 4 times. It'd be really annoying. Now I have disc finding robots.
I was just
so,
gonna
like,
say
it
you have
wouldn't
to have
be
some technology that'll.
Yeah, I have disc finding robots, so it's not that big of a deal. But
Okay.
it would be like, now I have to call them out and be like, okay, robots, come here. He threw his fucking disc into the bushes again.
And I tell the robots.
I have to just make the robots.
Just tell the robots Shefsky's
just to
here. They
follow
love
you
me
the entire time. It's just so much extra. It's like I know I have a never-ending source of power, but it's just sort of like
never-ending source of power.
why am I wasting it? Yeah. So 2 disc golf courses. 2 disc golf courses.
Okay.
A very beautiful outdoor fire pit
Nice.
with a built-in. It looks like it's just from the rocks, but it's actually a built-in barbecue.
Ooh.
Like yeah.
Is there going to be food on it for us? Like, what are we eating? What's good?
Picanha?
What's picanha?
It's that spit roasted beef, like Brazilian steak with the
Tons of flavor.
It's like the brisket of Brazil,
Oh yeah.
but it's saltier.
Oh yeah, tons of
Less
flavor,
barbecue
salty.
saucy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
When meat's so good that you don't need to put anything on
That's
it.
what's up, bro.
And you're just like its own juice is enough to. Oh.
There's a nice like there's a nice long covered seating area, kind of like an outdoor. It's not like a barn, but you ever seen like a Western outdoor covered area? Open air, lots of long picnic table type stuff. Yeah.
That's definitely a great way to hang out outside and feel like you've got some form of shelter, but you're enjoying the fresh air.
And then there
openness.
are a bunch of secret like rock or tree groves that are all you can just you be wandering around following what you thought was like maybe a deer path. You don't know. Next thing you know, boom, you're in a grove of trees, and there's seating. There's seating there, and hidden in one of the trees is a cooler. A nice little well-powered fridge, because that's not even a tree, bro. That's a fake tree that's so real you couldn't tell the difference.
You weirdo.
And there's a fridge inside
What's
of
in
it.
there?
Beer.
It's just filled with beer.
Yeah. I mean, that one is if you want to go to the beer grove. There's the wine grove. There's the whiskey grove.
Ooh, I'll go to the whiskey grove.
There's a cigar. It's a rock grove because we don't want to have cigars near all the trees.
You've got that covered.
But it's a series of. But here's the thing: is if you were just walking out there on your own, you wouldn't know. Like you couldn't really find them. Even you couldn't find anyone on my property anyway because of all the security.
Yeah.
But even if you were walking through there, you wouldn't know the grove. You might be like, oh, there's some seating here. That's neat. But you wouldn't know that there's a rock that's actually a fridge with a beautiful selection of cigar. Oh, that's how the rock is actually where all the cigars are.
So there's a humidor in there?
You wouldn't know about my rock humidor.
So I got to walk all the way to the whiskey grove to get my whiskey, then back to the humidor rock.
No, we have whiskey. I mean, you should, because it's good to stretch your legs anyway and get some
good for you.
outdoors.
You know what?
But
You're
no,
right.
but there's whiskey. Not the same selection there is in the whiskey grove. But there's a good selection in the cigar rock, rock
perfect.
garden. Yeah.
So if we go back to the house now,
Okay.
where should we go? Should we go to the master bedroom?
We can.
Should we go to? Did you have any other like? Where do you want to go? You tell me.
Well, we've already done we haven't even finished the family room, the family wing.
Let's go back to the family wing then.
All right, so you have the kitchen, obviously the beautiful double everything kitchen.
Yep.
And then in the family wing, we have a couple different sections for it, right? Of course, we have the kitchen. On one side of the kitchen is the dining area. It's a dining area. What's nice about it is the table is ever expanding. So the table can come down to be a table that comfortably seats 4 people, or it can expand to seat 12 people or 18 people.
That's huge expansion.
Yeah, it's great because it's
So
a
nanotech.
yeah, of course. You think that I have a port out of nanotechnology?
That's a good point.
Yeah, obviously.
What do you even need a table for? You just like have some sort of like thing that floats in the air and just puts the food in your
No,
mouth.
because a table creates a sense of community when you're
It
eating.
does.
Right?
I was just testing
You
you.
need a table.
No, it's a great idea.
Now, all the food can come up through the center of the table, so you don't have to like clear. You don't have to bring or clear dishes. You're in the kitchen. Great thing about the island, right? You finish cooking all the meals. You put it in the center of the island. Button goes down, comes up on the table.
It's like a lazy Susan dumbwaiter combined. A dumb waiting lazy Susan.
Yeah, a dumb Susan.
Of super high tech.
It's a dumb Susan.
It's a
great.
dumb Susan.
Yeah. So that's the dining area side, right?
Okay.
And then on the other side, you have like the living room, family room area. So the family room area is a series of different like ornate chairs and couches you can just sit and laze in and read and chat and whatever. But then the living room area is all about TV. And here's what's great about the TV, right? We talk about all these things that can change and adapt to the situation.
Yeah.
The TV is also adapting to the number of people. If you're one person watching TV by yourself, you don't want to watch on an 85-inch screen. That's too much TV for one person.
It's too intense.
You want 45 inches.
Okay.
Well, the screen can down to 45 inches for you watching by yourself. But now you have 12 people over. You're watching the big game. You're watching a movie that you torrented because even though you have this expensive house, you can't afford to pay for the Blu-ray.
Because you spent all the money on the house.
You ran out at the lighting, right? So you have this movie, you're playing that on, now it expands, and this is a 120-inch screen for the 12 of you.
That's awesome.
Isn't it great?
You go from a personal TV to a movie theater.
The thing about this house is it reacts to you from the refrigerator doors to the to the dining table to the TV. It reacts to the experience, and it cultivates the experience for the people. And that's the same thing why we have so many different groves. I forgot about the porn grove.
What'd you just say?
I forgot about the porn grove.
Did you spell that out?
The porn.
Like pornography?
Pornography grove.
Porn grove?
Yeah, because since we're out in the woods, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a bunch of porn magazines just on the floor of the woods somewhere. And look,
dude.
here's the thing: is when you walk out of that. Here's the thing about this house, right? This house responds to your needs.
Yeah.
So you walk out of the house and you're like, man, I could really use a cigar. Your feet will find the cigar garden, the rock garden, right?
Yeah.
If you walk out of the house with a boner, you will stumble on some magazines.
The boner will point you in the right direction.
100%,
Just
dude.
follow the boner.
This house is again about customizing the experience to the visitor.
What's the water stick that those guys have? That's like a stick that like points towards the water underground.
It's exactly.
but it's your boner, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Porn grove.
Oh, pointing.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like suddenly you don't know what makes you go to a certain direction,
Yeah.
right? What it really is a series of smells. It's inputs that create. You think you're like, I'm going to go that way, but really a series of inputs tell you where you're going to go if you're just
Your
wandering.
subconscious is leading you, but like
Exactly.
there's something leaving trail.
This grove is designed. I mean, this you call it a yard, but really this wilderness, this semi-wilderness, because it's been cultivated by me. This semi-wilderness is designed to read what you're looking for, the experiences you want, and put inputs that lead you the direction you want to go.
Oh, that's
right?
great.
Yeah. So smells, sounds, lighting, whatever it is, it kind of adjusts those things, adjusts the way you perceive those things at least. So if you're feeling like a cigar, the smell, the slight smell of Cuban tobacco will draw you to the rock garden, right? If you're feeling like a beer, right, you'll feel that direction is just a little bit cooler. You'll go, I kind of want to go get a refreshing beer. If you want to beat off, just the slight hint of pussy will drift in over the airwaves.
What if you're not into pussy? What if you're a gay dude? What if you're a woman that wants to masturbate? And so
women don't beat off to magazines in the woods, Jonathan David Shefsky.
Well, they should.
There are plenty of nice guest rooms with comfortable sheets and that are
Friendly female porn.
Exactly. Yeah, there's plenty
Romantic porn.
If you are a woman, now look, if you're a woman who
people
wants
come
to
in all
jill
shapes
off,
and sizes.
if you want to go jill off in the woods, be my guest.
Yeah, there are girls that want to jill off the same as guys. They watch the kind of porn that guys see. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, here's the
We've
thing: is pulling that thing out in the woods. The danger of attracting bears is so much higher.
For a woman?
Yeah, unbelievably higher. So
had no idea.
I would suggest you use one of the guest bedrooms for satisfying those needs.
Okay. I'll pass
Sorry,
that on.
Mom.
Sorry, Mom. I'll pass that on to all the ladies I know.
Yeah, all the single ladies. All
The single ladies, as I'm telling them, like, oh, Slaton's house is right over there, and hint, if you wanted to beat off, and they'd be like, what? I'd be like, I guess this is too soon to tell you that. Slaton's house is right over there.
This is a weird conversation.
Yeah, just have a good time at his house.
So the living room area is designed around that experience. Of course, you have the same situation with the chairs you sit in. They can combine to single or to love seats or to larger couches, depending on how you want it to work out. Like the arms can go down, it connects, or they can go up and separate.
So you have a lot of adaptive nanotechnology.
This whole thing's about adaptivity.
It's kind of blown my mind that there's just so many different things that you can just. This will just adjust to you.
Yeah.
I always thought like you're just sitting down on your couch and being like, it's going to adjust to like how I want to sit and support me in the right ways because it's just every little particle is just working in sync to just.
Now
a cool chair. It's so cool.
Here's a secret that's kind of gross, but also kind of genius. Right?
I feel like that's kind of you, right?
You can go to the closest bathroom, which is the suspension bathroom.
Yeah, but I have to try that at least once, right?
It's right. I mean, yeah, of course
have to try it.
You have to try it out. But
That's what I'll tell people if they're coming to your house. I'll be like, hey, make sure you try this suspension
say you're
bathroom.
watching a live sporting event and you don't want to get to go to the bathroom, right?
This is going to get weird.
You know how like in space they just put a thing on their junk and it takes everything away?
You have that at your house?
I have built into all the seating in the room.
But you'd have to pull your pants down still.
I mean, surreptitiously.
That'd be kind of awkward though.
Yeah.
If I'm standing next to you or sitting next to you, I'm like, I'll just pull my pants down. No, I'll just walk over to the bathroom. You're like, no, stay here in the seat.
And make eye contact with me. Hold my hand. I just removed the armrest. We are now in a love seat rather than two chairs.
It's so weird. Oh my God, you're a freak.
So let's go. Want to go to the master bedroom?
Yeah. Take me to the master bedroom.
It's about 400 square feet. Has a nice queen size bed. It's a place to put your head down. What else do you need?
This is very simple.
Very simple.
Very basic.
Very simple. The master bathroom is out of this fucking world.
Take
The master
let's go to the master
is an
bedroom.
entire Japanese onsen,
What is that?
like a Japanese bathhouse with multiple different indoor and outdoor pools and baths.
What?
Steam. There's a bath. It's the half bath where you lie down flat on your back, and the bottom, like your back and that part is in the hot water, and your front is out of the water.
What?
There's full immersion baths where you can stand all the way full upright with jets that massage all parts of your body.
Oh, I'm going to that.
Yeah,
That's for me right there.
There's obviously a steam room for a schwitz.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have a schwitz, right?
Yep, you have to.
And a sauna, of
It's
course.
so healthy.
Yeah.
Every time they do research on it, they're like, yep, it's good for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead and do it.
Schwitz your life longer. Extend your life by schwitzing. Which is Yiddish for...
fucking.
It's for sweating.
Oh,
schwitz.
man, I can't believe I got that one wrong.
I'm going to have to edit that out. This is a clean podcast.
Yeah, it is.
No.
We've nailed it.
So
here's the thing about this. So for me, there is a nice contained double shower-headed shower for if Mrs. Slaton and I want to have a nice shower or something.
Yeah.
But what this is the master bedroom is small. It's a small contained. I don't want to sleep in a big room. I want to sleep in a small room. Right? I want it to be kind of compact.
You feel the coziness you like of
Exactly.
it? Yeah.
Exactly. But it's the master suite that makes everything, right? So you have a nice huge walk-in closet that's double leveled, so clothes can be stored here and stored height above you and come down, which is very nice.
What's it look like in there? What's the design?
But we're still in the bathroom part.
Oh, okay. Right. I thought you were taking me there right now. Okay, yeah.
No, so in the bathroom part, but the bathroom is an expanse. I mean, the bathroom is probably about, I want to say, 4,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's
that
so
is the
many
size
different,
of many houses.
Yeah, it's so many different pools and spas and there's stand-up showers, there's sit-down showers.
Did you say shit down shower?
I did, but I meant to say sit-down showers. If you've ever been to a Japanese bathhouse,
With you, I didn't know if that was some sort of weird invention. A shit down shower.
there's also, you can exit. So there's a few outdoor pools that are both designed to be more modern, with like rock tile,
Yeah.
and that are designed to feel like hot springs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's a wide selection.
Being in hot water out in nature and hot springs is
100%. It's beautiful. And then in the closet area,
which is where you generally are, right?
yeah, I'm in the closet all the time, 100% of the time. So the closet area, but my favorite feature about it is the built-in tailor, right? Because you and I are both people who fluctuate with our size. Mm-hmm. 1 week the pants fit great, the next week they don't fit as great.
Yeah, a couple
It's
too
just-
many trips to the Korean barbecue, and now I can't wear my jeans.
You've had one too many times to the beer grove and not enough times to the porn grove, and you just you've had more input than output.
Yep.
And there you go. So it has a built-in tailor where you walk in, you stand there for a second, and it scans your body. And then when you're selecting your clothes, it's actually already pre-altering them so that when your favorite t-shirt comes out, it's still your favorite t-shirt, but it fits just a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
it always fits perfect.
It always fits perfectly.
Even if you were like a carb tard all winter, you're like, it still fits me good now.
Yep.
I thought I gained a bunch of weight.
100%.
The secret, you did gain a bunch of weight, but your clothes,
But the
fit you
clothes,
perfect.
yeah. So like you're heavy now, but you're like you still look good because your
great.
clothes fit right.
That's great.
And you feel good because your clothes fit right.
Do you have any kind of technology that can just zap away my love handles?
No, I'm not. I'm not a magician. What do you think? Technology's come this far? That,
Dude, you have so much nanotechnology. You can't just help me just feel a little better about myself, give me a little plastic surgery while I'm
no,
here.
I can portal you to a plastic surgeon.
You asshole. Oh, dude. Okay, where do you want to take me next?
We can go to the utility section.
Let's go to the utility
Because we're
section.
going in a circle of the house, right?
Okay,
The
yeah.
utility section is where all the different
What's
areas-
left? Utility section
and the guest section.
and the guest section.
The
Okay,
guest section,
let's
the
do it.
guest / family, kids, so on and so forth
Okay.
section, right? The utility section, when I call it utility, that's not a fun word. But the utility section does have some things that are both for utility and some things that are for fun.
Okay.
Right? So
Fun could be considered utility to certain
exactly. So
personality types.
there is of course the full gym.
Okay.
And it has there is a basic gym, and not talking like a basketball style gym, but that gym automatically converts to whatever you feel like playing. You want to play some basketball? Basketball hoops come in. You don't want
Ice hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. It just sprays a layer of water across, frees it up, boom, you're playing ice hockey. Indoor ice hockey. Isn't that nice, dude?
so fun.
If you want to play some volleyball, poles come up, net goes across, whoosh, you're playing volleyball. You want to play badminton? The volleyball net just shrinks down to badminton size.
Indoor go-karting. Go-kart
Yeah.
racing.
100%.
Mario Kart themed.
Yeah.
What? I want to play Mario
Nanotech,
Kart so
bro.
bad in like real life.
They do that actually in Japan. They do Mario Kart tours where you dress up like Mario Kart characters and drive go-karts around Tokyo. I've seen it. Like I saw like
we
five
actually
of those
had them
tours.
in Hollywood. I saw them on the
nice.
on the Hollywood Boulevard once.
Yeah, so again, it's all about the customization, right?
Yeah.
So if it detects you wearing basketball shoes when you walk in, it already has a basketball court. If you come out of the if it sees in the locker room, oh hey, you're changing, you're putting skates
So
on.
I need to wear ice skates into your house.
No, we have a series of locker rooms.
What if I wore the ice skates, but I was trying to like trick it into something else? Like I was like, I don't want to do ice hockey. Let's see what the computer does and try to still wear my skates.
It'd probably go with curling, and be like you're poorly dressed for
a
this,
douchey
but-
curler.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna wear ice skates while curling.
That makes
Sure,
no sense. You're
go
supposed to
for
wear
it.
those those super shoes.
But yeah, but it would let me do it.
And then there is you can't. I mean, look, the customization is optional. It can turn into a weight room, but more appropriate, it turns into a stim room. So you don't have to actually do any weightlifting. It just does electro stim to maintain all your muscle mass.
Does that really work?
I have no idea, but this one will. Wow. Yeah, I know, right?
So you could be lazy and
It can also turn into a pool.
I like that.
Yeah, basically, it's like it's a gym that reconstitutes itself based on what you want. Now, all of this technology is based off of one very basic idea, which is the next room over in the same wing of the house,
All right, let's go.
which is the holodeck. Which, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know all about
the holodeck.
You know
I
all
always
about
want a holodeck. Yeah,
right?
I still want one.
So
I'm working on it.
The dedicated gym is essentially a holodeck,
Okay.
but this is a separate holodeck that isn't designed because you might have people over who like want to go play basketball and some people who want to like be pirates in 15th century Spain, right?
I just want to be a shoemaker in 15th century Spain.
That sounds a lot of fun. Yeah, you can do that.
Just eat tapas.
You also be a shoemaker in 2019. I'll just send you over to my factory in Taiwan, which is how I'm paying for this house, by the way.
You evil.
You're a little old. You're a little
evil
old for the
man.
workforce, but it's fine.
You're a dark capitalist.
You're a little old by about 16 to 22 years.
No morals, but very creative.
Yeah, of course. So this section, of course, has all the normal amenities you would hope for people to enjoy in a home.
Yeah.
It also has a fantastic gamer room.
Okay.
Right. So like,
why would I even need a gamer room when I've got a holodeck and a gym that?
Because maybe you like playing NFL Blitz and you don't want to, you don't feel like being a spaceman fighting against aliens in real life. Maybe you want to hold a controller and play some Tecmo Bowl.
Good
you
answer.
Might be old school.
Good answer, Slaton.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I have is good answers.
I like that.
So that's, the utility
Is
section.
that a candy bar? Like I got like you have a little bag of good answers. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
one.
Hell yeah, dude.
It sounds tasty.
So that's there's a lot of other sort of like the utility section because of the hollow technology can kind of adjust itself based on what your needs are. But again, that's the whole idea of this home. But now we move into the guest section.
Okay.
And the guest
It's
section,
like the final section of the home, right? The guest section.
it's the final.
The final section.
It's a youth hostel because don't overstay your welcome.
Just a boring like oh dude. It's so
There are
funny.
rooms with 4 bunk beds. You can sleep 8. There's one communal bathroom.
That's it.
It's one of those ones. The showers you have to like press the button, and then it like goes for like 30 seconds. You have to press it again to keep showering.
Is there like a front desk where like people have to check in and like there's kind of like that like the adult there that
No, because I don't want anyone in my house to like. I don't want to have some
okay.
stranger in there like dealing with stuff.
I love the high level of technology you have juxtaposed with like just the municipal style like
I like having guests, but I don't like having guests for a long time.
like a hostel that's just like really interesting paint colors. Well, it's a hostel, What do you have? What kind of hotel has lockers?
Yeah, the beds. Yeah,
it's just like
the beds are all red. The beds all have red sheets for some reason.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Man, there's a portal in this house and a half burnt out IKEA light. It's just
All the lights, dude.
I love it.
It's where the budget ran out because I spent so much money on making this hostel. Like it's clean.
yeah.
It's the cleanest hostel you've been in.
Yeah.
But you're sleeping top bunk probably. Probably. Sorry if you have bad knees or whatever, but you're sleeping top bunk.
Sorry, knees.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So in this house, what's your favorite thing to do? Like when you're like, I have a day off.
Portal.
Portal where?
Anywhere. Dude, that's the beauty. See, your
Let's
imagination
say you're
is
off
so
tomorrow.
small.
It's not so small. How dare you? Let's say you're off. Let's say you're off tomorrow.
We're
and you're like, I'm
portaling
gonna
to
portal.
Finland.
And where in Finland? Like, what are you gonna do when you get there?
Reykjavik's in Iceland. We're portaling to Finland to the Supercell headquarters, so I can go and meet the people who make those fun games that I work for.
That's awesome.
Play some Brawl Stars, play some Clash Royale.
So like, let's say
It's very cold.
If I'm still staying at your house though that day, and I'm not staying in a fucking hostel, I'm staying in on the floor in your master bedroom with you.
Definitely not.
And
100%.
I am.
It's a hostel mostly so that
I already
you
unpacked
only
my
visit
sleeping
and not
bag.
stay.
Where am I going to portal to with you if I like after we go to?
Look, why would anyone like? No one needs to stay over. That's the reason why it's a hostel section is so people aren't enticed to stay over too long, and also because you can portal anytime.
I'm living at your house. I'm one of the residents now.
No, you have your own. There's a Shefsky Grove.
All my other guests, I'm very professional with, but you, I'm like, no, this is my house too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Lady baby, I'm here.
I just key
living
the
with
portal to whenever you try to portal to my
You
house.
do not change the portal keys on me.
Whenever you try to portal to my house, it just sends you to a favela every single time.
Favela for this fella?
Yep.
I live in this cool freaking house, dude. Your house is awesome. If you could have like one person throughout history, like of all time, like come to the house and give them like a nice afternoon hangout with you, who would it be? That's my Larry King question.
That's your Larry King question.
Yeah.
One person throughout all of history.
Yeah.
A person from throughout history who I would have over. You know what? William Wallace.
William Wallace.
Just because I want to. First of all, I want to see how big he actually was. Because I went to Stirling in Scotland.
Yep.
And climbed the Tower of Stirling. At the top of it, they have a sword that they say was William Wallace's sword.
And it's huge.
That was so big that like you'd have to be about 6'5" or 6'8" to wield it. And like, who was that big in the 12th century? You know what I'm talking about?
William Wallace.
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe that's why he became the leader that he became, was because he immediately, aesthetically, as soon as you saw him, you're like, that guy's in command.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm curious about. So yeah, William Wallace. Also, he'd be fun to drink with probably. I mean, he'd probably get a little preachy at the end.
He probably blows mine with a portal though, right?
After a few whiskeys, after like 43 whiskeys, because he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Right? He's Scottish. He can drink. But after like enough whiskeys, he's like, and another thing about the English. And you're like, Jesus, come on, man. Can we just talk football or something?
Come on, Billy Wall.
Come on, Billy boy. Let's just relax a little bit.
Billy boy. Oh,
We
dude.
can watch Adventure Time. I don't care, man. Just anything. I don't care about you've been ranting about the English for 45 minutes, dude. You know what? Fuck that. I don't want William Wallace in my house. Now that I realize that what he would do, get out of my house, man. Which is why I have the hostels. So no one, I mean, he'd find that comfortable because he's
Put
just sleeping
William
in, like,
Wallace in a freaking hostel, like a traveling teenager in Europe.
No, but I couldn't because he'd probably, first of all, I mean, the beds are too small for him, obviously.
Exactly.
But secondly, he'd probably be like, even with these two small beds, it's better than the rocks and or straw I've slept on most of my life. So I'm happy to stay here. So yeah, no, William Wallace can't come in. Sorry.
Where can people find you?
Well, they can't because there's no entrances to my house.
I mean, like, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on all social things at Rich Slaton, Twitter, Instagram. If you're a gamer, you can go on twitch.tv/Rich Slaton, and I do streams for various games, in particular Brawl Stars and Clash Royale.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Clash Royale League should be starting mid-May, so if you want to watch that, check it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me now.
Dude, thank you so much for having us in your house. Hashtag blessed guest.
Oh my God.
What a time it was.
Hashtag there's a reason there's no doors into my home.
You asshole. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Do me a favor, click the share button on this thing. Leave a 5-star review. Write something fun. We just got another new review today. I love reading them. Eventually, I'll read them on an episode. Thank you guys so much for sharing this and writing reviews. And be good. Have a good time. You can follow me on Instagram at JONSHEFSKY. Why? Because I freaking love you guys.
That whole thing was the Instagram account. So don't stop at the first Y. Continue along.
I've told them that before.
With everything
I've said
else.
that before. Like, it's just at Jon Shefsky. And then the Y part, I added that in. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you had a great time. Crime listeners, you guys are the best. We made this podcast for you guys. That's why Fantasy House was invented. It was for our Patreon subscribers on crime, and now it's its own podcast. So go ahead. I hope you loved it. Go ahead and subscribe to Fantasy House and share it. Please do what you did with crime. Tell people about it. Spread the word. Word of mouth is the number one way that podcasts grow. It's the number one way that our podcasts have grown. So every single, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, everyone else is going to share it, I don't need to. No, if everybody actually shared it, that's how crime grew. And I would love for you guys to do the same thing for Fantasy House. Thank you so much for checking it out. Subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, give us a good review. Be silly and have fun. You can follow me on Instagram at JONSHEFSKY. Because I love you guys. You're the freaking dopists. You guys give me artistic purpose. You give me a reason to be creative, and you make me want to be funny and come up with new stuff and make the world a better place. So thank you guys so much. Peace out, Shefsky out. Peace out, Shefsky out. Hashtag blessed guest.